Okay, so let's dive into this whole thing with Medium. You know how it is, you find yourself going down these rabbit holes of fascinating articles, and then hours later,
Oh, yeah,
you realize just how much time you've spent reading.
absolutely.
But the cool thing is, like, you can save all those articles. And you think, oh, I'm going to come back and reread those.
Right.
But honestly, how often does that actually happen?
Yeah, it's aspirational. I have so many.
It's like a digital graveyard of good intentions.
Yes, exactly.
Hidden somewhere on your Medium account.
Totally.
And that's what I think makes this deep dive so interesting. We're looking at this new tool. It's called the Medium Bookmark Manager, or they're calling it MBM.
Okay.
And it's supposed to help us actually use the articles we're saving.
Interesting because, yeah, you can hit that save button, but then what happens?
Exactly. So really, it's about moving beyond just passive saving
Right.
and into
Taking action.
active knowledge management.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. What's the issue with Medium's built-in saving feature? Because, I mean, it's great that we can save articles, but this article we're looking at brings up some major flaws.
Yeah. And they really hit on two key limitations that I think will resonate with you.
Right.
First, the notes section on Medium, where you jot down your thoughts. It's just this giant text box. There's no formatting options or anything.
Yeah.
It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack of words.
Oh, it's the worst. And then the second problem, don't even get me started.
You're stuck scrolling endlessly through every article you've ever saved, hoping to stumble upon that one brilliant insight that you remember reading.
It makes you just want to give up and watch cat videos. Who has time for that? But here's where it gets really interesting. So the author of this article had this light bulb moment. They realized that Medium actually does have a notes field.
Okay.
It's just really, really basic. And this is where that MBM comes in.
This is where it gets good.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like this upgrade for your Medium notes. It's like a browser extension thing that integrates with Medium, and it basically just supercharges your note-taking.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about that. Like, how does that actually work?
So it sounds like there are two major things that it does. First, it brings text formatting to your notes. Imagine being able to bold key phrases, italicize important quotes.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
You can even create like bulleted lists.
Oh, wow. So no more staring at a wall of text, trying to remember what I even thought was important in the first place.
You got it.
Oh, my gosh.
It like totally changes how you visually process and recall that information. But it gets even better.
Oh, no way.
MBM also makes all of those beautifully formatted notes searchable.
Wait, seriously? No more endless scrolling.
Yeah, you got it.
I can search for specific keywords within my notes.
You absolutely can. Think about all that frustration. When you're trying to find that one specific idea and it's buried in all your saved articles, with MBM, you just search your notes for that keyword and bam, there it is.
That's incredible. It's like turning your Medium account into this personalized searchable knowledge base. So you're not just hoarding articles. You can actually use them.
That's the whole point. And they give a great example in the article. They talk about searching for the word productivity in their saved articles. Yeah. And of course, you get a ton of results, way too many to go through. But when they used MBM to search their notes for productivity, they found exactly what they were looking for.
Wow. Okay, so I'm really starting to see the power of this. Because it's one thing to save an interesting article. Let's say it's about overcoming procrastination. But then to be able to instantly pull up that one tactic or that quote from that article like months later,
right,
when you actually need it.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It's like bridging that gap between just passively consuming the information and actually using it.
Right.
And this plays into a lot of other note-taking methods that people use too.
It's like having a superpower.
Right.
Being able to recall that information. It reminds me of those times like when you highlight something in a physical book. And then later you can flip through and see all those highlighted sections.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but for digital.
Right. That's a great way to put it. And I think it highlights something really important here. Effective knowledge management isn't just about the tech. It's about figuring out systems that actually work for you.
Right.
Whether that's, highlighting or summarizing key points or using a tool like this MBM, the whole goal is to make that information easier to access.
It's about being able to use it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's what really resonated with me in this whole deep dive. It's not just about this one tool. It's this bigger idea of how can we be more intentional? How can we learn better when we're constantly bombarded with information?
Yeah, how do we cut through all the noise?
Exactly.
And go from feeling overloaded to actually feeling empowered.
Yeah.
Like you can use this stuff.
Totally. So to wrap this up, if you're out there and you're like me, You love to learn, you save a ton of articles, but then you never actually do anything with them.
Right.
This idea of having those searchable, formatted notes, that could be
It
huge.
could totally change the game.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like imagine what we could accomplish if we could easily use all of that information that we've taken the time to read.
Right. Instead of it just being stuck somewhere,
Yeah.
lost in the cloud.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, hey, even if the MBM isn't your thing, hopefully this is at least giving you some ideas about how to manage your own digital knowledge.
Yeah, because it's not about what we consume. It's what we remember and what we use.
That's a great way to put it. Well said.